Next Legacy.
And
Hey, what's going on? This your boy Elgin Jr. You are now tuned in to the Danaya Azure Radio.
good afternoon, LJ. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Just kind of getting my day started. What about yourself? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been up. It's funny to get your day started. I've been up since goodness, what, 5, going back and forth between different projects and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's
Okay.
good to see you. I actually met LJ on Clubhouse. Shout out to my girl Coco Blue. We're hooking me up with some amazing guests. Yes, yes, yes.
Man,
So,
man.
how did you originally get into music?
Honestly, I got into music through my dad. He's doing music since before I was born. So,
Nice.
he had me write my first song at 9 years old, and that's kind of, that's where it went. That was over 20 years ago. So I look pretty good for my age, but I am up there. I'm 31, so.
Absolutely. So, what was your first song about?
Uh, it was about me. It was it was about me introducing myself. It started off like I'm a true blue young dude, Milltown voodoo. I don't know. And then it went from there, and it was pretty much me introducing myself to the music, music field. So, yep, it was. And from there, my dad put me on making beats off of Fruity Loop Studio. So
Nice.
I that's what I originally was. I was a producer at first, so I started making beats before anything.
Okay.
Yep.
So now, in terms of music, what exactly do you do in terms of music?
Um, when it comes to like music, I'm an artist. I definitely put myself in that category to being a music artist where I rap and I sing.
So you rap, you sing, and you produce.
Exactly. Yep.
I love it. I love it. Who would you
Yeah.
say are your musical influences?
Um, I have quite a few. I know Tupac being the first one. I would say I grew to um I grew to Meek Mill. Once people tell me that I sound like him, it was like I went to go listen to his music, and I was like, man, I like his flow, I like his message, I like the things that he do, and I see the relatability. So I would say him, but even before him, I would say Big Crit. That's my all time favorite
Mm.
artist. Yeah.
Why Big Crit?
His messages, his delivery, his from what I saw on like videos, his demeanor, he definitely seemed like he's a pretty cool and genuine person.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, okay, okay. So, what would you say has been some of your favorite music to write so far?
Um, you said pretty much like what's my favorite music or favorite
Mhm.
songs that I possibly got. I would
Yes.
I would say it's this song that's unreleased. It's called My Provider. Um, I'm working on the second verse, but so far just with the first verse is probably my favorite.
Why does that song stand out to you?
It allows me to get my message out clear, letting letting my fans know that you know I wasn't able to make it here easily. I wasn't able to make it here on my own. I needed help from my provider, which is the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way I was able to make it here. So
So, obviously, the different negative connotations that can come with being a rap artist. Why was it so important for you to keep your message positive and uplifting?
because that's who I am. Outside of the music, I gotta be that motivation. I got 5 kids. I got a wife. I got friends and family. That depend on me to be that positive one. I always been, able to look at the light in the darkest situations.
Absolutely. And singer, songwriter, producer. and lyricist. LJ Jr. is my guest here on Danaya Azure Radio.
I appreciate you having me. For real.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, who would you say, living or dead, would be your dream musical collaborations and why?
Man, that's a great question. Um, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I had to choose between Pac and Big Crit, it'd probably be Big Crit. Because he just, I feel like we'll create a masterpiece, something that be around forever. Just because how much game he got from being in the industry for as long as he has, and just the messages he helped me get through. I think that we'll be able to create a masterpiece together.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, have you been able to perform outside of your state?
Um, you know what? I haven't. That's crazy. I live in Arizona now, but I'm originally from Milwaukee. So if we consider me performing outside of Milwaukee, yes. But Arizona has been the only place that I really performed at.
Nice. So, what has been your favorite place to perform in Arizona?
I performed at what was it? The Improv. That was probably one of my favorite places.
And what stood out about that place?
Just the atmosphere. It was a comedy show, so I was the halftime performance,
Nice.
and the crowd. They definitely are. They have a certain type of energy about them that allows them, to be moved. So yeah, but I actually like that.
Awesome. What is one thing that you wish you would have known before you got into the music industry?
Uh, man, to be persistent. That's one thing that I wish I would have known, like in the beginning, because I kept taking breaks, and I feel as though like this is the longest stretch that I kind of ran. That's the reason why I feel like I'm making it further now because I'm consistent with it. But at first I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna take a break from social media. I'm gonna take a break from you know the music, and I'm gonna go focus on basketball or. But if I would have just went hard with from the beginning, I definitely would have made it farther earlier.
So, why do you think that it's so important to stay consistent when it comes to your music and your social media?
I feel like consistency in anything will get you your goal. And if you take that break off, that goal is only going to get farther. So with the music, I seen what I had, the momentum that I had stop. So I had a lot of momentum when I released my first song, Phonies. I had people who didn't know I can do music supporting me, like, man, this song is nice. And when I stopped and I took that break from social media, they were looking for me and I wasn't there. So that momentum dropped and I had to pick it back up.
Absolutely. I think whenever you're doing music, especially doing social media, you want to be consistent because your your fans are just getting to know you, and you're
Right.
drawing in new fans, right? So
Exactly.
if you all of a sudden just drop off, then they're like, well, then they kind of move on to the next.
True. That's definitely true. And then when you try to come back out, they're like, "Ah, man, he back again," So it's like you gotta prove a point all over again, So when you got it, you got it. When you in that light, you gotta keep it going. Don't take your foot off the gas.
Absolutely. So, what projects are you currently working on?
What was that?
What projects are you currently working on?
So I started this project. To those who don't know, I lost my mom in March, so I did a project, specifically around that situation. She had surgery, and after the surgery, she lost her life. She was my biggest supporter, and from that surgery, she was supposed to make it through and come live with me, but she never got a chance to do it. So this project is me kind of exploiting the doctor systems and the way that we look at life as people and the things we take for granted. So I started a project, and the thing about this project is it's a it's like an album, but it's separated. So that way people are constantly looking for that missing piece. I wanted to bring something different to the music industry because I see that singles are kind of taking over. Not too many people are listening to albums. So I'm dropping an album as singles so that way people can pay attention to each message and they getting a different clue to the to the music industry and to what my goal is, to have them see with my mom situation.
Absolutely. Definitely, first and foremost, I want to say, sending my prayers and condolences to you and your family.
I
I lost my
appreciate
mom in 2019, so I understand
I
exactly how it is
appreciate
to lose your number one supporter. It's people don't
man.
understand how incredibly hard that is because, like, you'll do like, because I design
Exactly.
jewelry. I work with the work with the magazine, the radio, all of that, and she was just always there for everything. So all of my huge
Yep.
milestones, I'm used to her being there. So like I couldn't even design jewelry for the first 3 months after she passed because I'm so used to like designing and then giving this to her and be like, hey, try this on, or hey, look at this or
Exactly.
whatever, and not being able to do
See,
that.
my mom got all my music first. That's that I relate to that so much.
Exactly, and then also, so one piece of advice that I will give you is keep positive people around you only because otherwise it's even that it's so hard, but it makes it so much easier to be able to get through it when you have people that are really supportive and really care about you.
I
Around.
appreciate that. No, I appreciate that for real. It's yeah, I definitely I definitely see that. I actually separated myself. So from March until now, I haven't been on the scene. I haven't performed yet. I really stepped back. I've been doing a lot on the back end that my fans don't know, but
Mhm.
it's because when I come forth, they're going to see all the work. Like I post stuff here and there, but for the most part, I I'm about to hit them with a flood, and they not ready for it. So I'm excited to see what comes after this and what comes after everything that I got in store. So I know I got a lot of supporters that knows why I had to step back.
Mhm.
But eventually I'm going to create video footage of me explaining these interviews right here. This is good. You the first one to interview me, so you know
Oh,
I,
awesome! I feel honored.
yeah, you're the first one to interview me after the situation. So, um, no doubt, definitely, I'm privileged to even be on the show. So, I appreciate you having me.
I appreciate you coming on for sure. Um, so, what is one piece of advice that you want to give to another up and coming artist since you've been doing this since you were little? So, what advice would you give to another young artist?
um, man, uh, take constructive criticism from those that know about the music, like that's been in the music industry. Wherever you want to go, like if you want to be a battle rapper, you want to be a music artist, take advice from those that are experienced. And anybody that isn't in the lane that you're in, don't listen to them. If they are not, you know, um, telling you anything that's gonna help you, then why even listen to them? Because they, for one, probably don't know what they're talking about. Your dreams and your goals are not theirs. So how can they tell you how to walk when you walking in a different route? So that's the advice that I would give because many times I fell short to listening to people who are not where I want to be. I listen to them, and that's why I I did step back a lot of the time. So for me, if I would have just understood that my path and my walk is my walk and not theirs, then I would have been, I would have stayed persistent. I would have stayed consistent. I would have continued to be, who it was that I was supposed to be and who I am. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. So, can you give us a little taste of how your music sounds?
Of
You
course.
could do a freestyle or sing for us.
All right, let me see.
Hold on one second. Let me get you on the big screen.
Okay.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right. Hey, hold on, y'all. Y'all chill out. Oh, I got the kids in the back. All right, look. I hope they ready. My provider. My kids are my number one fans, you know what I'm saying? Look. I said the truth will set me free, but don't tell a lie. Your money on my mind, but I can't take it if I die. Thinking about my mama, only time you see me cry. I feel the justice she deserved, can never bring it back alive. So I try to be different. Became numb to the pain, I was tired of the healing. Isolated myself, nah, I don't want to kick it. When the bills hit the ceiling, guarantee that you'll feel it. Only means you gotta get it. With the faith, you gotta work. And I only speak my truth. They say the truth hurts, said I had to dig deep. Only thing I found was dirt. Only thing I found was pain and a lot of lessons learned. I'm trying to ease the pressure, let a lot of flames burn. See life a roller coaster, you just gotta wait to turn. None more, none less. I just want what I earned. Got a net full of fish, started off with a worm. It's my faith. I pray the Lord provides. Looking towards heaven every time I'm outside. Cause we live in a life where the realest of them die. But since I rose out that water, God will never leave me dry. They will always lift me high, but even them I can't depend on. Gotta lean on what's inside. It's the fire that's within, and you can see it in my eyes. Got me through the darkest times as I let it be my God. Yeah, they thought that I would stop. I kept it going around the clock, stacking money till it not. I'm just doing what you not. Remember money in the side, now it's in the lockbox. They were saying that I couldn't, now they say I'm who to watch. No, I'm to the top though. No, I'm to the guap though. I'm still wanting me to drop more. Yeah, Arizona hot flow. That's the 414. Remember days of sleeping on the floor. I prayed for these days, only thankful for the growth. Had to tell them haters no. I was tired of being broke, tired of being broken. I was tired of all the pain, tired of all the struggles. I was tired of all the games. Look how far that I came. It's only one way to explain. It might get ugly, but you said that you love me. Big shout out Don, what it do? It's guaranteed to get bumpy. But if you love me, don't judge me. I said it might get. It's guaranteed to get ugly. But you said that you love me. Love. Oh yeah, it's guaranteed to get bumpy. But if you love me, don't judge me. Yeah, let's go. Appreciate you. All right.
I love it. I love how the kids were singing the hook in the background. That was super cute.
Yeah. My, you know what I'm saying, my mom energy transpired to them. They my number one fans now.
I absolutely love it. That's so beautiful.
Man,
So
thank you so much.
no problem. So when everything is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
Well, I'm building up a record label, and I want to be able to hand it over to my kids so they can, manage it, and they can continue on the legacy that I created. And it's not even me creating it; it's just me fulfilling it, because, the creator of all things created it. So that's I'm just my brand and my label is ELG, ELG Records, Everlasting God. I would love to, what I'm saying, build that up to be one of the biggest record labels, out there to where we doing business with everybody, and we allowing everybody to be on that solid foundation that I'm on. So,
I love it. That is amazing. Go ahead and give your shout outs before we get out of here.
all right. Big shout out to my boy King. Big shout out to Polka. I really appreciate y'all. Big shout out to Nebula. Big shout out to my dad, my family, my wife, my kids. Um, Man, most definitely my mom. You know what I'm saying? If if they had put me on this path, who knows where I'd be? If I ain't had those prayers that what I'm saying, that I needed to be here right now, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where I'll be. So big shout out to my fans, big shout out to my family. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You already know, man. It's just the beginning. Elgin Jr. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. I truly appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, have an amazing day.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Next Legacy.